Clarence Birdseye, The Adventures of a Curious Man. Book by Mark Kurlansky. Presentation by Men Showers. This is the final project for U.S. History 1302, taught by Professor O'Connell in the spring semester. Here's why I chose him. I enjoy eating food. He was a pioneer in the frozen food and long-term food storage industry. He was not an inventor in just this market. Table of contents for your convenience. Chapter 1, Childhood and Background. Chapter 2, Tinkering and Thinking. Chapter 3, The Idea. Chapter 4, Into the History Books. Chapter 5, Controversies Seen from a Modern Viewpoint. Chapter 6, Conclusion. Chapter 1, Childhood and Background. His childhood. Clarence Frank Birdseye Jr. was born in Brooklyn, New York, on December 9, 1886. Clarence was number 6 out of 9 total children to Clarence Frank Birdseye Sr. According to his mother, at a young age, he was a naturalist, always looking at bugs and lizards. Dreaming of acquiring his own single-gauge shotgun at the age of 10, he tracked and sold muskrats to a British collector. He would continue hunting as he was inspired by Buffalo Bill Cody, who had to feed the railroad workers and supposedly killed 4,000 buffalo. He became a self-made taxidermist after learning and reading about it at age 11 and continued doing this for years. Before starting high school, the family moved to Montclair, New Jersey. It's safe to say that he was surrounded by inventors and inventions, even as a young boy. The invention of rayon occurred in 1884 by Louis Marie Hilaire Bournegat, Comte de Chardonnay. James Ritty, a bartender, invented the cash register in 1884. In 1885, the American inventor Hiram Maxim created the first machine gun for the British Army. To the future pleasure of many Americans, and it would soon take the world by storm, Coca-Cola was crafted in 1886. Wearable contact lenses to replace spectacles were created in 1987. Finally, 1889 brought forth the invention of the matchbook, brought to you by lawyer and avid smoker Joshua Pussy. In high school, he took several culinary courses and always has enjoyed canned foods. Halfway through college, however, Birdseye had to drop out due to not being able to secure a loan and would become the first after 4 generations of not becoming an attorney. After leaving college in 1909, he went west along with many other budding entrepreneurs. He became a fur trader, finding he could buy a fur for 50 cents and selling it in New York for 75 cents more. After this, slowly stopped working out due to demand dropping. He went to Montana to hunt for ticks. During this time, disease was something still being researched by the government and private companies. Specifically, the Mayo Clinic and the government wanted to research ticks, specifically ones that had Rocky Mountain spotted fever. In addition to solving what caused it, he discovered new information on the tick's life cycle. For example, we now know they live 2 years, and as a younger tick, they prefer smaller animals, while as they mature, they move to larger animals. Chapter 2, Tinkering and Thinking. Welcome to the frozen wasteland of Labrador. Birdseye moved to Labrador in 1912. He was sick of the putrid frozen food they had there. Imagine eating freezer burn, just freezer burn. He sought to create a better method, but for now he would rely on canned foods. He tinkered with slow and flash freezing as he saw Inuit instantly freeze fish, but still able to retain their flavor after freezing. How to develop a new industry in 3 easy steps. First, find an industry that desperately needs innovation. For frozen food industry, for Clarence Birdseye. Number 2, create a method to improve the industry. He had a method, but he needed a way to extrapolate it and make it more widespread. 3, turn a profit on this industry. Well, he'll get there. Chapter 3, The Idea. Birdseye figured out through flash freezing, he could get those tiny crystals of ice that didn't deteriorate the flavor of the food. Because larger crystals develop through slower freezing, they break down the molecules in the food and make it taste worse, as well as ruining the texture. The tiny crystals of ice didn't deteriorate the flavor of the food. He designed a conveyor belt / cold plate method that froze food of any shape or size instantly. They were chilled to about negative 50 degrees Celsius on average. He moved to Massachusetts with his wife and tried making his idea marketable in Gloucester. Eventually, catching wind of this, Postum got involved and purchased the struggling company for $200 million in today's equivalent. Postum helped Birdseye become what it is today, master of the frozen food industry. But they didn't make a profit yet. Into the history books. In addition to inventing the flash freezing process, the freezer, and having scores of patents in freezing, he invented many other items. He has over 300 patents in total. One of his many inventions includes the recoilless harpoon gun for whaling, the infrared lamp, and a method to make paper pulp from crushed sugarcane leftovers. Controversy seen from a modern viewpoint. Did he get canceled? No, he did not. Controversies. Before frozen food became popular, customers were skeptical of its quality, as frozen food, the term, has been associated with poor quality in the past. To distinguish from low-quality frozen food, Birdseye named it Frosted Foods. Finally, that way grocery stores could sell the product and they could actually start turning a profit. Businesses released refrigerators from Post to sell the food through a modern lens. I think this man's work was crucial to the formation of any restaurant chain, as they would have to source the food from all over America and even from foreign imports, and this significantly helped in the transport process. He also diversified American diets by allowing a greater variety of produce on grocery store shelves. Finally, I wholeheartedly would want this man to exist, as he created many of decent spin-offs. For example, Eggo's frozen waffles, Bagel Bites, Pizza Bites, and DiGiorno's Pizza, which is frozen pizza that tastes awesome. I would rate him 10 out of 10. He's awesome. Chapter 6, Conclusion. Here's my works cited page. Thank you for coming to my presentation. This book was written by Mark Kurlansky, the book's first edition. Music is Relaxing by Benjamin Tissot, Ben Sound. Here's the license code. It is a one-time use, so do not copy it. Thank you for coming to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you liked it.